Hey friends, and welcome to week 4 of my January Use It or Lose It challenge. And this week I wanted to use up the last couple of pieces that I had of this One Fine Day collection. I think I had like 4 of the 6x6 sheets left. I had this embellishment sheet, and I also had some of the ephemera and chipboard left. So the only thing I have left out of this sheet is some twine and this little piece of pom-pom that is not big enough for anything, and I'm going to toss that. And let me share with you what I created. So first thing I did was I just took those 6x6 sheets and I made some tags, and I added some of the yellow twine on them, and these pieces here are just scraps from my ribbon scrap bin, and then the little dots and things I used. This is a chipboard piece, and this is just from my stash, and here's that pom-pom, and I made this one where it could be a little tuck spot, so you could tuck in a little journaling card to journal with. And then I made this tag here. This is one of the chipboard pieces. This is some Tim Holtz words. This one I have one of those cluster embellishments that I created some more of the little enamel pieces. This one has another one of those clusters. Here's another thin one. And then I just have a blank one that I can add into my journal. And then I also added a couple in my little junk journal here. So I added one of the pocket ones, and this was some random sheets that I had. It kind of looked like a legal pad, and I just kind of have that tucked in here where it could be journaled on. Again, some of those little pieces that weren't actually brads, they were sticky on the back, and some of the chipboard and ephemera. And then I added this one, which I turned into just a pocket, and then I added just a plain tag. And on this side, I had a sheet of this 8x8 Echo Park paper that I had that I wanted to use up. I added a little bit of green on the back there. So that is what I've created this week. Not a lot. So that's everything I've made using the remainder of the My Mind's One Fine Day collection. And then I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to show you what I created using the Jen Hatfield collection that I have. So I pulled out the Along the Way collection from Jen Hatfield, along with the couple of scraps that were in there. And this is what I have left over. I have some scraps that I did not get to using. I also have a bunch that I had started to turn into tags here. But tags and tickets, but I did not get a chance to create with those. And then I just have a bunch more of the scraps here. And then some of the cut aparts as well I have left over. So that is everything left over. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to creating anything else with this collection, because I need to start pulling out my Valentine's Day so I can start creating for my 14 Days of Crafty Love series. So I created a whole bunch of cards using this. So a huge stack. I think I have 12 cards. And then I also used up a bunch of my little enamel dots and gems and even some of these stars. So I ended up using like 3 sheets of these up. Here's some of the kind of just ephemera I have from those Joanne boxes. Added some gold thread, and then used some of the scraps and larger pieces here. And then this is one of those random sheets that I had from like a journaling pad. And then we have this one that says, hello, lovely. This one is got the girls again. This one has some cute lemons. This is just, I thought it would be cool to do a square instead of a flower. So this one says, thinking of you. We have You Are Amazing. This one is another like little rectangle. I thought the blue cornflower went really well with this flower paper. And this pink sheet is actually the very last piece of scrap paper I had from the One Fine Day collection. So I used that up. This one says, life is sweet. Happy birthday. This one has a couple dewdrops that I had to use up. And this one just has a small piece in here. And this is just a like masterboard in the back with a bunch of the scraps. And a little piece in the back that I had that I thought would show up better, but it didn't quite. It just peeked out. And then this style has a little tag. I used a bunch of this glitter paper up. So I almost have used up this 6x6 pad. So we have happy birthday with one of the cut aparts. And all of the ribbon on here are from my scrap ribbon bin. We have hello, and the insides are all matted with different papers. Thinking of you. Here's one of the ones with the masterboard, which is just a bunch of the scraps put on a piece of white cardstock and then glued together. And then this is the other one with the piece of masterboard. It says, hello, friend. And I used my scallop circle punch to punch out these from the cut apart sheet. And this one says, thank you. So a whole bunch of cards with this along the way collection. And I think I'm kind of like burnt out on this collection. So like I said, I don't think I'm going to create any more with this. I do have 3 pieces that I turn into tall bookmarks. They're double-sided. And I'm going to take these to my laminator and laminate these and add some ribbon and use these for bookmarks. So those are the other 3 things that I did. Thanks so much, guys, for stopping by. Next week, I think I'm going to do a big recap, show you what I have left over that I did not use. And then after that, I'll start working on Valentine's Day crafting. So I will probably skip the months of February for my Use It or Lose It challenge and then pick back up in March. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Bye.